your Borderline review, guys. Let's get right to it. Action! What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I am your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us on our Alamo City Movie Talk page. And thank you for making us a part of your day. But let's get right to it. Angela, what are we talking about today to start us off on this wonderful Tuesday, spring break week, guys? A lot of movies, a lot of content coming out later this week, so be on the lookout. Netflix is coming out with a new movie, which Electric State, I believe, with Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown. We will review that movie tomorrow, and so be on the lookout for that movie review as well. And without further ado, what is the movie topic for today, or what film?
Today we are reviewing the movie Borderline. So it's a bodyguard protects a pop superstar and her athlete boyfriend from a determined stalker in 1990s Los Angeles. So Ryan, kick us off here. What did you think of this movie? I know we had seen it at home.
Yeah.
And we really didn't know what we were getting into this going in. You know, we didn't see a trailer or nothing really. We just knew that it was starring Samara Weaving, who we love in previous films. So what did you think going into this film? You know,
so the direction that we took in this movie and everything, I feel like that one thing's for now we go into this movie, which is a different kind of tone, same violence, I would say, in a way, violently romantic comedy here that really focuses on nostalgia of the 90s. This movie's set in the 90s. One of the things I'm going to point out, of course, is the fact that the thrilling suspense is definitely there. The runtime for this movie is a little over an hour and a half, and I would say that's a perfect runtime for the story we got, because the story is very simple. It's not too complex. We get into a world to where, you know, it's nostalgia, the music's nostalgia, a lot of it's just like, I'm starting to really, really, really love movies. X did the same thing with Ty West. Really love movies that are set in the 90s, because I feel like that we're getting to a dawn of time where people are saying the 90s is too old. And I hate that. Because we're getting to a point where music's like, oh, that's a classic. Like, that's a classic. Like, just music. I'm talking about music. Oh, that's a classic movie that came. I was like, no, it came out in the 90s. That's a classic. I hate it. But obviously, we're getting older. Fine, whatever. Can't stop time. Can't take a time machine. Like Doc Ock. We can't get into a time machine. One of the things I do want to say as well is that the home invasions is very believable, because this movie takes place at a home invasion. It's very believable. People were very trustworthy at that point of time. But overall, I really enjoyed this film. Angela, what did you think of this movie, knowing the same actress and everything we got from Ready or Not? I know we were both fan of that movie because it was very different, artistic, and bloody. It's not as bloody as this one, but what did you think of this movie overall?
So first off, I will say, when you mentioned that the same person who wrote Cocaine Bear did the directing and writing for this one, I was like, I see it already. Same kind of comedic style,
right? Yeah. The comedy's there.
Yeah, it is a psychological horror thriller comedy. It was definitely out there in a sense. It was different than a home invasion, because it has the stalker element, and not just a stalker, but like this guy who just is completely in this delusion that he is going to love and marry this superstar, this pop superstar. And it's really crazy to see that delusion unfold in front of us. And you really don't understand or know the extent of how much in this fantasy he is at certain points, because of some of the things, the way scenes come out into play. And I think that was a really interesting topic to see that. And again, I really liked the cast. We like I said, we love Samara Weaving, Eric Dane, Grey's Anatomy. I know he's done so many things. He's always Nick Stevie to me.
Nick Stevie. We see him in Euphoria. Did a great job in Euphoria playing that character arc.
And also we just saw Ray Nicholson from Novocaine. So.
Novocaine. I was like, what the heck? The same guy? Cool. This is awesome.
It's great.
I love
we just saw him like literally in the same weekend. So again, I really, really thought the concept was really interesting. It's a little bit more of a twist, like you say, on the home invasion aspect. It wasn't all there for me. I think part of it was a little too out there, but that's just me. Did I love this movie? No. Same thing with Cocaine Bear. It had funny moments. It had great moments. Did I love that movie? No. But I think this was a really enjoyable film. Like I said, it's a little bit of a twist on a typical home invasion movie. The cast was great.
Were you psychological
horror. It was cool to see that. And again, I love the nostalgia of the 90s. We're 90s babies, so it was really nice to see that. Overall, though, I do think it's a well done film.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, it wasn't my favorite going into this.
So something I do want to take into consideration here, because I feel like that we tend to review movies and not really give out the full facts of film. Something I did not know that I actually found out when you were talking was that directors actually he wrote Cocaine Bear because Elizabeth Banks directed that movie. He wrote The Babysitter movie. This is his first directorial debut in a movie. And I gotta say, if this is the start off to something great, this is the start of something new. And speaking of High School Musical, and one of the key components that I could see really out of this guy, Jimmy Warden, he's actually married to Samara, and gosh, whatever he uses, the fountain of youth, bro, he does not look like his age. I'll say that. Yeah, we're not gonna say his age, but you can look it up. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. When
you told me that, I was like, no way,
unbelievable.
He easily looks 20 years younger.
He looks like our age. I'll say that. But anyways, pointing to the main topic here, which is Jimmy Warden. He does a great job in here. I mean, he really directs. If this is his first directorial debut, then I'm excited to see what else is unfolding, what else is going to be available on his disposal. Now, here's the thing. One of the key components here that I feel like that is another, I don't want to say letdown, but kind of sucks when studios really do this, and I was against it when Warner Brothers did it, but that was COVID whenever it happened, was the same day release on digital and theater. I'm very bummed out about that. I really am, because it doesn't really it kind of shoots itself in the foot, saying the studio says, oh, we don't believe in it, but then we do, but then we don't. It's just like, okay, whatever. So then for me, I feel like that Jimmy Warden, he should, James Gunn, if you're listening to this, man, I'm just saying, this guy, he can do something different. He could do something very peculiar and do something very unique. He should definitely direct a DC movie. I could see him really do a DC movie, or even do I know it's not possible because I just thought of it in my head. I know it's not possible, but a High School Musical horror movie, if that makes any, like, something. Horror has reached the boundaries. Horror has no boundaries, and I feel like that it hasn't reached the obscured, the very unusualness of how much you can really push out of horror.
Well, I don't know. I think the Winnie the Pooh horror was kind of out there.
See, that too. Cinderella one was really good, and then now we get Mickey 17. I'm sorry, the Steamboat Willie. I'm sorry, I was thinking of Mickey 17. So it just we got Steamboat Willie coming out. So I'm excited to see what horror we can push the boundaries. I'm excited for that. But Jimmy Warden, I gotta admit, it was a well written movie for someone to really come up and make this original story. And I'm all for original movie talk. Our movie talk channel, we love original movies, whether they're good or great. Cocaine Bear is the original movie, so to speak, kind of, not really, but because it's based on an actual almost the same instance, except the bear died. But something like this can really exceed. But what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, like I think we have seen before in movies and shows, like the stalker aspect. Yeah, someone just so infatuated with someone, they're just given to this delusion, they essentially have like a mental breakdown. So it's really interesting to see like a film focus a lot on that. And have the mental breakdown on their point of view. He's going through like a psychotic break, which was really cool to see in the film. But I appreciate that a lot. I do think it's, for me, I didn't love it, but I am curious to see how many of y'all love it. What your thoughts are on it, if you are the same boat, like you liked it, just not loved it, or if you're just like, this is amazing, great film.
And that's awesome.
Because there were people who loved Cocaine Bear,
and I did not, and I was not one of them.
And that's totally fine. I just couldn't get it fully behind it, but it was still, like you said, it had its great moments. It was okay to see this guy continue to have that same kind of style of comedy. I would like to see more projects from him in the future. And I'm a sucker, of course, because she's our age. Samara Weaving. She's great. I'm not gonna lie. Every time she's stuck on a project and really making a movie, I'm 100% behind her, because I'm sorry, but you just have like that, just like Margot Robbie. She has that look that's just has that insane look. Emilia Clarke has the same look. I'm trying to think of other actresses. People that I did not expect, they don't seem like they have that the aspiration to be evil, but they play these characters very good. In this case, it was more of the
kind of how do you call it, damsel in distress kind of, sort of speak, but then kind of sticks up for herself. So she plays those roles very, very well, and that's what I'm putting at. And so I really enjoy her acting in here, and I really enjoy her. I want to see her do more. Of course, I can't wait for Ready or Not 2 to come out, and so it's gonna be very interesting to see that story plot, really how it unfolds and everything on the second part. Of course, she was also in The Babysitter as well, so she's been in a lot of movies where he's been involved in, the director. So knowing that and everything, I really cannot wait to see her to really see her do these really violent, I know it's weird to say, these really horror movies, and stick to your genre, because I feel like that she does a great job at it. But also later on, I feel like she could do a lot good on the drama aspect as well. So I'll leave it at that. All right, rating 1 out of 10. Tell me the highest, Angela. What do you give this rating?
I would give it like a 6.5, because I enjoyed it. I really did. Now, like I said, it wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't my favorite, but I think it was a pretty solid film. The story, the plot.
Yeah.
I did go off the deep end a little bit on some aspects that were like, that kind of caught me off guard.
Which makes sense. Why it's a first directorial, though.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Not so much that. I think it was just a little out there.
Okay. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But again, that's just showcasing how the human mind can work sometimes. You're so caught up in this delusion, this fantasy, you kind of course, reality gets distorted. So I get it. But yeah, I think a solid 6.5. I think that's awesome. A great film. Awesome.
All right, guys, I'm gonna give it I'm gonna have to give it a solid I'm gonna do, I guess I'm between a 6.5 and a 7. I'm really in between. So let's just say 6.7, 6.8. I really enjoyed this movie. This movie is an original film. I really appreciate the aspect and the writing dialogue between the character of the villain, which his name was Ray Nicholson. The
stalker.
Yeah, the stalker. I really like that we saw glimpses of his point of view versus what's really happening in real reality world. Yeah. And then we get a sense where Eric Dane, Eric Dane doesn't have a big role per se, but the role that he's given, he gives it a shot, and I appreciate that a lot. I feel bad for the guy. He does, he does a great job though. For what he's given, he does a great job and everything. And then of course the other the crazy Alba, but what do you call it? Baptista. She played, what do you call it? She played Penny,
the friend.
Yeah, she played Penny.
The Ray Nicholson's character befriends in the psychotic ward, and
she was really good.
They escape together.
She was really good. I'm excited to see what other projects she'll be involved in. She was really good at it. She was very convincing. Cool. And so I'll leave it at that, guys. All right, questions for you guys. What did y'all think? Are you gonna check out Borderline? Let us know in the comments down below. And do not forget, guys, like, share, and subscribe. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D, aka Ryan680. This is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. See you at the movies. Don't forget, comments down below if you are checking this movie out, and let us know if you saw it already and you're like, my gosh, Ryan, I loved it. Angela, I actually did not like it. Let us know in the comments down below, guys. Have a good one. Latest.